way they just immediately jump to justify literally any actions of these people and invent a cover story before they even know what happened. I mean, that tells you everything. Like, he genuinely could have taken her out of the car, put her on the ground, and shot her execution style, and I believe Trisha McLaughlin would still be out there like, this was self-defense, and, God bless our brave ICE agents who are facing now these domestic terrorists.
Well, and that's the terrifying part, yes. And also, you mentioned to me earlier, like, this is the first time you've ever really thought, like, I know I could actually see a civil war happening, because the disconnection, the fact that they've created this alternate reality that they live in, where they just lie and pretend like it's the new reality, that no matter what the ICE agent does, it's acceptable. And then, like, the rest of us living in the real world, seeing the oppression, seeing the depravity, seeing the violence, seeing the murder, seeing the terrorism. And we're supposed to just sit there and take it as you basically, like, rub salt in the wound of the fact that you're basically the Gestapo, you're the SS, and you're fucking murdering people for no fucking reason whatsoever. Like, I agree, that's the country, no pun intended here, can hit a breaking point, where it's like, what are you supposed to do in that scenario? Where all the normal avenues where you would try to get justice are just totally shut down because the fucking fat pedophile president is lying about it and saying, like, our brave ICE heroes who was trying to stop a weapon coming at him, and he had to make a split-second decision and say that instead of just acknowledging, like, hey, at the very least, this is under investigation, we see the video, it doesn't look good, and we're gonna handle this professionally. Instead of saying some shit like that, like, you are begging. More people kept showing up afterwards to protest in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking thank God, some people have their heads screwed on right, and they're realizing the only thing that's gonna get these motherfuckers to fall in line is an overwhelming force of people power from the ground up. And it basically says, we're not accepting this. It reminds me of that story when Nixon was being protested. Remember this? And he said to whoever was with him in the Oval Office, I forget, he was like, he was afraid that the people would be able to break down and get into the White House and come kill him. And, like, that sense of fear that, oh shit, this is sort of getting out of hand, they so glamorous supply, they feel like I can literally do anything, and there's no fucking downside, and I'm fucking kidnapping sovereign leaders of other countries, and I'm starting wars, and I'm invading the U.S. with the U.S. military, and I'm allowing my ICE thugs to kill people. Like, no, you need to hit a fucking brick wall of resistance, where it's like, I'm sorry, we're not gonna allow this anymore. We're no longer allowing you to be these terrorist thugs. That motherfucker needs to be arrested immediately. He needs to be fucking tried and locked up for life. I'm not even gonna accept just, oh, he's fired, he's the vote or this or that. He's locked up. And like I said, seeing him out there calling the victim a domestic terrorist makes fucking nothing. By the way, she's a 37-year-old woman. What's the picture of her? She's got 3 kids, right?
I saw one thing that said 3 kids, another one that said 1 kid, definitely money, and what I saw about the report that said she has 1 child who's 6, that child's father passed away in like 2023, so now he's an orphan. These thugs, mass thugs that our tax dollars pay for, has orphaned this 6-year-old child. Yeah. On the Civil War point, it's not a point that I raise lightly, and in the past, I have felt that all that discussion has been sort of like, Civil War things, you're really privileged for Hollywood, but I just think about the fact that, number one, we do not live in the same reality. Like, right now, 30% of the country is looking at this in the opposite ways. Like, they have eaten their brains, they drank the propaganda, they are seeing this as she was a domestic terrorist.
They're gonna say Antifa. They're gonna say Antifa.
Brave ISIS, and they're afraid. Like, that's baked in, and repeated from Trump and repeated Trisha McLaughlin, all of us, Miller, all of them, right? Do not share just the same sense of reality, okay? And then you have, at an even sort of more fundamental level, you gotta have a shared sense of what this country even is. Like, the previous conception, which is the one that I like as an aspiration for the country, not that we've ever meant it, like fully met the expectations, but as the ideal is like,
you're in for a little shock.
Pot,
Come a little closer.
Together, not based on our race, our
you're in for a little shock.
Shared ideals, and that anyone can become an American that sort of believes in these principles of freedom and it's a country for white Christians, and only white Christians that agree with us. It is a blood and soil project. It has nothing to do with shared values. It's not a fucking melting pot. Like, that is their view. And that's the view of, you know, a sizable chunk of the country. So when we don't even agree what the country is, and we don't agree on reality, I just don't know how that, like, how does that work? How does that sustain over the long term? It can't. It genuinely can't. Like, either we get back on the same page somehow, don't know how that happens, or
by arresting all the Trumpers and thugs.
There's going to be a collapse, and there's going to be some sort of breaking apart, because that is the track that it's not inevitable, but that is the track we're on right now. And Trump is not an aberration. You know, Trump is an expression of the twisted moment that we're living in. Now, I do think he has some unique charisma qualities that are part of what hold this together. And that is my hope, is that once he's gone, it all does kind of fall apart, and there are at least some significant percentage that kind of like open their eyes and are back on planet Earth. But you know, I don't know. Don't know.
I'll plug. You mentioned that Pisco was doing a live stream.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, Pisco is the name of the channel. Go check him out, because he is, first of all, he's a lawyer. Second of all, he was doing a breakdown.
He was going like frame by frame with the video, and telling you everything about what the law says and how it's works, how jury, all of that.
And I've
for
seen
that, he's second to none.
And I've now seen multiple angles. And I've seen slow motion, super slow motion of multiple angles. There's no jury in the world, I think, that would actually say that this guy was in danger of being shot. This guy was in danger of being run over by the car. I really don't see. There could be some conservative fucking liars.
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, but you only don't know about that because half the country's conservative. That's the only reason you don't know about that.
My only thing is that, I mean, I've seen police officers do all kinds of crazy fucked up shit they just before and then get off. So I'm just not totally confident, because you could never know who's going to be on the jury and how, whatever. But I will say, I think your average American has a lot more affection for their, like, local police officer, local police, than they do for these rogue thugs. I will say that. So I think that could change the, you know, the calculation. And we have seen, you know, we've seen jury nullification, grand juries refusing to indict, you know, just completely laughing the government's case out of the room. So we do see citizens taking that charge seriously when they're put on juries and grand juries. So maybe.
From the angles I've seen, the slow motion stuff, you would have to be Stephen Miller-esque in order to say, no, I think the guy was justified in doing it. I mean, fair enough, but
it's a area.
Short of what you described earlier, which is dragging her out by her hair, putting her on the ground, and shooting her execution style, there's only one level below that, is my point.
Yeah.
It's one level below. Do me a favor, pull up the, what else we have in the...
Okay, well, one thing I found is Status Quo had previously recorded a video of ICE running into someone with their car and then laughing about it. So, you know, they're pointing to, like, the ICE or whoever agent that murdered this woman. It looks like he got bumped a little bit by her car, and they're acting like, oh my god, and he almost died, and he's in the hospital, and blah, blah, blah. But when they hit someone with their car, they just thought it was fucking funny.
Yeah, and it also speaks to the point of, like, these are not professionals by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh my god.
They're literally hired...
We're talking about the worst of the worst.
They're literally, many of them, hired criminals. They're white nationalists. They're Proud Boys.
Yeah, you've got something in here, this guy with this SS tattoo. Nice dude, off duty with this SS
yeah,
tattoo.
so they found... so it's a nice officer. Somebody noticed he had an SS tattoo. They reported him and talked about that. And that's not just him. There's been a number of these people who have these white nationalist symbols. You know? Like, this is who they are. This is not a professional force. They don't care about rules or rights or regulations or anything like that.
It was like they couldn't do, I don't know, it was like 10 push-ups and 27. It was something pathetic. They had to lower the standards for these dudes to begin with, just the physical standards. A bunch of them would show up and fail the drug test. Like, a bunch of them with criminal records. And true because no one's really paying attention. They don't
And they
care.
got, what, $100 million they were given? They were given some ridiculous number.
I mean, ICE is the largest law enforcement agency in history by budget. It's not even, it's larger than militaries of like sizable countries by budget. And think about who would be attracted to this job at this point in time. I mean, you're gonna get literally the worst of the worst. Absolute psychopaths who just are, you know, hard for like bashing grannies in the head and murdering innocent young women who are, you know, just trying to like warn immigrants who are about to have their lives ripped apart. I mean, you just like the type of person that would appeal to is a sicko.
In DC, somebody
There's
said to them,
something strange over
you guys
there.
are ruining this
Come
country.
on, let's take a
And
look.
the ICE agent responded, liberals have already ruined this country. Those are the people who are being hired.
So you've got some protests, ICE out now, Minneapolis, impromptu march chants, you know, and I saw, here's another one, ICE attacking protesters in Minneapolis, shooting them with tear gas, like, straight in the face.
Yeah, so that one, by the way, guys, was bad. Now, was that after the shooting? Or
That was after,
before? Okay.
I think that was after the shooting.
Okay, so there's one where this ICE guy, and I don't actually know, was it ICE or was it Department of Homeland Security?
It's just like I'm unwrapping
They
it
don't
again.
wear badges, they don't identify themselves, so you never know.
Okay, well anyway, he's decked out in like military type gear, this guy. And he's running around, and he's got this like, I guess this pepper ball gun, but it's like, almost like a pepper ball cannon type thing, like a bazooka type thing. Like it's a lot of pepper spray in the shit. Not like all the ones I've seen before, like kind of smaller pellets. This one's like big.
Those are like the pepper balls, and then this is like the canisters.
Okay, well he goes out literally point blank, shoots a guy like right in the face with it.
Jesus.
Yeah, like these people, they're looking for trouble. They want trouble. They're the ones, and you've had police departments say this all across the country, like, hey, how come every time we see one of these things, you guys are the problem? Like, you guys are the unprofessional ones, you guys are the ones that are starting shit. It's like peaceful protesters and they start getting roughed up. Like, who are you kidding? Like, we see what you are, we see who you are, we see what you're doing. This is not, like, you're not fooling anybody. Well, I guess technically you're fooling the 40% that Crystal referenced before, but it's not really, they're like, willfully going along with your lie is what's happening.
The shooting victim, identified Renee Nicole Good, age 37, lived with her mom's side. She lived with her partner in the Twin Cities. As I mentioned before, she's a mother. So,
Tired.
it's tragic, and given the number of times we've seen ICE point their weapons at people, given the amount of violence they've unleashed, given the number of people they've already shot, like, it was a matter of time, I feel like. I mean, you had in Chicago, this woman that they shot like 5 times, and again, completely lied about her. She survived, and had, you know, like, for the number of bullets that were in her body, like, relatively minor wounds, thank God, but, yeah, they completely lied. Same thing, claim, oh, she's a domestic terrorist, she was gonna ram us with her car, etc., etc. Then the body camera footage dropped, and oh, lo and behold, they drop all charges against her. Because everything they said was fucking fake. Everything they said. And the moment that the story started to come out, and she started to talk, there started to be even a little bit of evidence of the case. You could see the distance between what the government had said and what the reality was. And so, charges were dropped against her, but it's like, well, charges should be filed against those agents who did that. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, because she, based on the body camera footage, did nothing wrong. So, in any case, that's, you know, this is not the first incident similar to this that has occurred in ICE's terror campaigns against American cities.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
You have, barbarism critic responding to the Trump statement saying we're witnessing the full Israelification of the United States. And it really does remind of that from the just like totally invented, like, well, first of all, the fascists.
Yeah.
Second of all, the just brazen lies that just bear no relationship to reality.
Oh,
even when we
Hamas is under the hospital.
Right.
That's what it reminds me. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Hamas is under the hospital. That's why we
was in the
attacked the
car.
hospital.
Hamas was in the car. That's what it was. And then the blocking of the ambulance. Like, that is the shit the Israelis actually do. When their terrorists shoot or assault Palestinians, and then they'll block medics from coming to treat them. So that's kind of a spot-on comment. You've got, this is the SS tattoo on his neck. We've got, the guy, the murderer, we've got him on camera.
Oh, they're gonna figure out who he is because he's
Absolutely.
He's got sunglasses on, and does he have something on like the bottom of his face, or?
No, this is him. This is he doesn't have sunglasses in this one at least, but most of his face.
I'm gonna do this the budget way.
Most of his face is visible. So, and after he murders this woman, he just casually walks away, jumps in a vehicle, and again, he's fucking fine. Jumps in a vehicle and speeds off. Yeah. So,
I'll keep this close.
let's see. Good. Just the videos of the shooting.
Yeah, how many angles? What is it, like 3 angles have come out, I think, or something like that?
I've seen 3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Mayor Jacob Frey, Minneapolis mayor,
Yes.
who's just reelected, said to ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis.
We kept it
We
real.
don't want you here. He also said that you're going to hear this. Yeah, so they're already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. This is a direct quote from him again. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly that is bullshit. And he said it, by the way, with like local Minneapolis law enforcement officials standing right there behind him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know the sentiment of the police around the country, they're annoyed. They feel like these people are causing more problems
Yeah.
than they're solving.
The thing that I am worried about is apparently the investigation that's going on now is joint with local law enforcement and FBI.
Yeah, no. Fucking Cash Patel there to cover their ass.
Yeah.
Not a chance. The same motherfuckers that were like, are still violating the law and hiding Epstein files. Like those people are the ones we're supposed to fucking trust with this? Not a chance. And did you say, so Tim Walz came out and didn't he say that I'm going to send in the National Guard, the Minnesota National Guard?
Oh, really? I did not.
The issue with that, as Adam Johnson tweeted, he was like, wait, so you're sending them in to do what? Like, you're not sending them in to fucking, like, not allow ICE to do their mission, are you? I mean, if you are, based, but I don't think that's what he means.
No, I think he probably means to, like, keep calm on the streets.
But in other words, go after the protesters.
Because remember, like, a big thing during Black Lives Matter was there was a whole thing about did he send in the National Guard soon enough, so he's probably, like, sensitive to the idea that if there are protests, like, oh my god, we've got to get the National Guard in right away.
But if you're going to send in the National Guard, you should say, we're sending in the National Guard to prevent ICE from doing these illegal actions. That's what you should say. I hate how the protesters bear the brunt of everything. Like, the protesters did nothing wrong. The protesters are the ones who are getting fucking murdered here. And I was like, oh, we gotta do crowd control. How about fucking ICE control? Do some fucking ICE control. These motherfuckers are out here murdering innocent people. The fuck did the protesters do? Nothing.
This eyewitness said that watching that woman die will change my life forever. They carried her body out just like by her limbs. They didn't even have a stretcher. She was carried out like a sack of potatoes.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then you've got these fucking asshats like thinking about it. Across the state line in Minnesota. I think this fucking funny.
They do. They think it's funny because in their mind, they're gonna say, this bitch was Antifa. They'll rationalize it. Oh, she was Antifa. And then, they might even just be like, she was just liberal. She had it coming. So, like, as I said, okay, if this is the world you guys want to live in, we play by the same rules you play by, We play by the same rules you play by. I've had people, I noticed some people comment to me saying, like, when you first had the national divorce thing, I was like, this is a little ridiculous, but now I feel like this is the only way out. And I'm like, bro, I get it. Look at these people. I mean, when you get this video and the president's reaction is to, like, troll